Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts Naruto KAKASHI HATAKE, and this is the character also known as Cousin Frank, which we will refer to him as going forward. This is the famed Sharingan hero. For those of you that don't know, he is Naruto's cousin. So, the Naruto and the Saucekay were both much better figures this time around, and I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty good one too. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, and it's mostly good. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about, well, let's say to the top of the hair, about 6 3/8. If you want to figure out where his skull would be, it's about 5 7/8 for scaling purposes. And that's going to make him roughly, we'll say 15 centimeters and just over 16. That's pretty close to that. Here he is up against Darwin, Marvel Legends 1/12 scale, sort of Darwin. So he's just a little bit shy. If you count the hair, they're almost the same, but I'd say scaling wise, he's about 0.9 Darwins. And here he is up against his cousin, whose arm fell off just now as I was moving him. It just fell off. Naruto. He's just a touch taller, and I think that's pretty much how scaling should be for them, as far as I know. I have watched every episode of every Naruto show, so I think I'm an expert, and I know that that's right. Okay, so three things first. Question of the day: who's your favorite Naruto character? If I had to pick, it would either be Cousin Frank here, because I think the combat sandal combo is just combat gear sandal ninja combo. It's just pretty cool. Or that girl, Madara. Either one of those would be my favorite. Second thing is, I have new lighting. I got new lighting for my review setup, and I'm wondering if you guys think it looks good enough. There should be a little bit less glare, a little bit more even light. Let me know if you guys like it. And then the third thing is, we did hit 200,000 subscribers the other day, so in order to celebrate that, this Saturday, that would be February 25th, at 8 p.m. right here on this channel, I'm going to do a live stream where it's just going to be a Q&A. You guys can ask me anything you want to ask me, and more likely than not, I will answer your question, unless there's just too many and I'll have to pick and choose, but that's that. So, okay, let's go ahead and get into the aesthetic. I have to say, I do like this. It's a little plasticky looking. It's not horrible, but it's got a little more shine than I would care to have. And here's the thing, Naruto was a good one because he was cheap. He was like 35 bucks, I want to say. This guy's about double. Now, Naruto came in cheap because they wanted people to get into the line, I'm guessing. He's definitely worth more than that, technically speaking. This guy coming in at about double that, close to, I think he was like 70 bucks. I'm just ballparking it because I don't remember offhand. I paid for it a while ago, and I just finally am reviewing it now. Anyway, it's a harder sell, but I think it's worth it, technically speaking. There's a lot of good stuff going on here, and it looks alright. I do wish, though, for that price, he was more of a matte finish. The detail work is good, definitely. There's no real bleed anywhere where there's paint. The silver parts on the gloves and on the headpieces, that's all clean. The little detail work on the headpieces, that's clean. The eye paint, face paint, the zippers, all that stuff, it's pretty good. The wraps around the legs definitely could be a little bit better, but they're not bad. And then the toe paint job, definitely not bad either. So I do think it's good enough from the aesthetic perspective in the paint department and the finish. I think the sculpt is really good. I like it a lot. I think they really nailed it. They brought the character to life really well, and I'm very pleased with that. His Pokeball symbol is a little bit different. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know about that. But otherwise, it looks pretty darn good. I like the sculpt. Don't care for the finish, but it looks good otherwise. So I'm going to give it an aesthetic rating of 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. Now, where this guy shines, maybe one of the ways he shines is in the accessory department. So let's go ahead and look at that. We have two different heads. We have the head where his balaclava type thing covers up his eye, and that comes with 3 different faceplates. The one that comes on him in the package where it's just kind of neutral. One where he looks like he's smiling with his eye kind of, I don't know, curled down like he's smiling. And then one where it's just a big white disc, which like is surprised or something in anime terms. So that's pretty good. 3 options there for that head. And then we have the head, or the set of faces / head, where he's got his eye showing. And so we have 3 different plates for that. The one that comes on it, which is just a neutral one with his eye open. Then we have 2 closed eye ones. And then the open eye on the closed eye heads have different logos for the pupil. Whatever those are, I don't know. Whatever's going on there, you guys know, and I don't. So you get those options though, so that's a good thing, and they're all very nicely done. I like that. We do get a bunch of hands. He has 2 fist hands that come out in the package. We get the one set of hands where they're molded together and doing his finger gun thing where he shoots a laser beam, a special beam cannon, I think it is, out of those 2 hands. And then you have just a whole spread of other hands to do really anything you want. You have instant transmission, you have Kamehameha, I think there's a Gum Gum pistol in there. You have all the different hand options, so that's very good. And then lastly, you get his comic book or whatever that is. And that's nicely done, although there's nothing on the pages. So that's a pretty good spread of accessories. The only thing I think you're missing is an effect part, which is definitely a bummer. Does this guy not have any energy type moves? He has to, I'm thinking. You guys can let me know, but he doesn't have that, and he doesn't have a display stand of any sort. So I'll knock down 2 points. It's still an 8-point score for accessories. That's a good batch, a good spread of hands and faces and things. So I like that. Okay, now this might be the spot where he shines the most, the articulation. The head, we've got some ball pegs, just ball pegs for the head and neck, and he can just look around however he wants, and it's so nice. And this piece moves a little bit to give him some extra leeway, so I like that. That's pretty good. I don't think it does anything other than wiggle, but I don't care. That works. I like that. That head moves around really nice, so that's good. Shoulders come on a weird kind of butterfly joint that doesn't really do much, so I'm not sure what they were going for there. The butterfly joint just kind of wiggles around. I can't get mine to do anything specifically useful, so I'm not sure what's up with that. But then you have the standard ball peg that the arm moves around on, and the hinge, so you can get the arm up to horizontal, no problem at all. You're going to get your full rotation, and you're going to get your bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, really good range, no issue there. Wrists are on ball hinges. I can't tell. It feels like there's a ball peg in here, but it might just be the skin flexing the skin part. I think that's what it is. Either way, really good range on the wrists and arms. For the torso, it moves around really well, all the way around. And there's no hinge in there, surprisingly, because they like to put hinges in, but they don't need to. As you can see, he poses really well without the hinge. It works really, really nicely. Waist twist is kind of limited on this guy, though. Be aware of that. It's because he's kind of skinny front to back and then wide side to side. So the rotation's not great, but it's going to be good enough, I think. And it has lots of good leaning all the way around, so I like that. Pretty good. For the hips, all the way forward, no problem at all. Not all the way back because they put like half butt cheeks on there. I really wish they would stop doing that. Please, Bandai, stop putting butt cheeks that can't move. Just let the leg have the butt cheek on it so that we can bring the legs back to do a full-on split. This needs to be able to go all the way back. Dragon Ball, Naruto, all the lines. Please stop putting butt cheeks on the hard piece right here. It doesn't help. But either way, that's the range you get forward and back. Side to side, pretty darn good. And then, of course, you get your thigh swivel where it's obviously sitting right there. This thing is just on a ball peg and moves around because this is a floating piece and this is a ball peg. All right, for the knees, not the best looking knees in the world, but they're good enough and you get decent range out of them, so I will take that. And then this is cool. For the ankle, you get a ball peg at the top of the ankle, which is a little unconventional. You also get a swivel at this junction right here. That's cool if you need that. Ball peg here, and then the ankle has the full range. It's a really strange design, but the foot goes all the way flat, and it goes all the way up too, because of the way this is separate pieces. Just don't look at it from the side or don't push it all the way. So really good range that way, perfect ankle rocker, and a really good toe hinge. They over-engineered the crap out of this whole area right here, but I like it because it works. I like it. Usually over-engineering is a bad thing. This time it's like they went all out. They went ham on the lower legs on this guy. So his articulation, there's a few weird things like the butterfly joint's not really doing much and the butt cheeks getting in the way, but this guy poses really well. Good range. It's aesthetically pleasing when he's posed. Like the joints aren't ugly. I'm very pleased with this. I'm glad he's my favorite Naruto character because now I have a really good figure of him. I'm going to give the articulation rating a 9 out of 10. It works really well. There are a few things that could be better, the waist twist specifically, and then the butterfly joints, but that's about it. It works nicely. I'm very pleased. And the butt cheeks, yeah, definitely could be better, but what are you going to do? Can't have it all, right? So time for the final verdict on Cousin Frank here. I'm going to give it an overall rating of, for $70. Now that is expensive, so I'm going to keep it only at an 8 out of 10. but it's a damn good figure. It's just an expensive one, so you know I have to be a little bit more judgy. If it was $50, 9.5 probably, but that extra $20 is a big change. So you get what I'm saying. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. And if you liked the video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos every day but Wednesday, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.